Please pause for the moment of silence. Please stand for the pledges. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now for the Texas Pledge. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
The House Committee on the Judiciary is introducing 2 articles of impeachment charging the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, with committing high crimes and misdemeanors.
Democrats on Capitol Hill announced articles of impeachment of President Trump.
And Russia is banned from all global sporting events.
And the passing of the Ice Bucket Challenge founder. Those stories and the first edition of a new segment to help you prepare a delicious holiday treat, coming up on NHSTV Live. Just hours ago, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and 6 committee chairmen announced articles of impeachment of President Trump. The articles were being brought about on 2 charges, abuse of power and obstruction of Congress. Judiciary Committee Chairman Representative Nadler addressed the press.
The first article is for abuse of power. It is an impeachable offense for the President to exercise the powers of his public office to obtain an improper personal benefit while ignoring or injuring the national interest.
No questions were taken from the press after the statement. Democrats did not bring up the charges of bribery or obstruction of justice as many had predicted. The Judiciary Committee will vote on the articles, the equivalent of a formal charge, on Thursday, and the full House is expected to vote sometime next week. President Trump addressed the charges yesterday in anticipation of articles of impeachment being announced.
It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace to our country. It's a hoax, and it should never, ever be allowed to happen again.
Monday morning, global anti-doping leaders agreed unanimously to banish Russia from international sports, including next summer's Olympic Games in Tokyo, due to a years-long cheating scheme of using enhancement drugs. World Doping Agency's punishment means that Russia's flag, name, and anthem will not be allowed at the Tokyo Games, though athletes not involved in doping could compete under a neutral flag. This ban will continue for the next 4 years, and the ban also prohibits the country from hosting international events.
Peter Freitz, the man who started the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge back in 2014, passed away yesterday due to ALS. Freitz was a former Boston College baseball player who was diagnosed with ALS in 2012. He helped create a viral social media sensation, the Ice Bucket Challenge, that raised both awareness and funds for the disease. Due to Peter Freit's viral sensation, the challenge raised more than $200 million worldwide to help fund the research for a cure to this disease. By his friends and family, he will be remembered as a man who could never complain about his diagnosis and saw instead an illness as an opportunity.
In school news, don't forget our school lunch is offering a holiday meal during all lunches on Wednesday, December 11th. It will be $6 for the meal with the main dish of either turkey or ham, including side dishes, as well as assorted desserts on sale for $3. You must purchase through cash, check, or with your student ID. And speaking of holiday means, NHSTV's Gabe Tinajero was in the kitchen to bake something up for this holiday season.
Hey guys, and welcome to the first edition of Gourmet Gabe. I'm here with cheerleader, varsity captain, Peyton Whitley.
Yes.
And she's gonna teach us how to make snowman cookies, right?
Yes, let's get started.
Okay, so what do we do first?
So we're gonna start with 2 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour and 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and 3/4 of a stick of butter. We do the liquids, the almond and vanilla extract to add a little tang to it, and then some eggs.
All right, so now that we've added the flour and the salt and all the liquids such as like the almond extract and the vanilla extract, we're finally gonna mix everything and then put it into a baking pan. As you can tell, mistakes were made. Don't mix it on high power. But now we're gonna put dough on the board so we can roll it out and shape it up. Now that we've used the cookie cutters to cut into the dough and we obviously got ourselves a beverage, what do we do now, Peyton?
So you heated your oven to 350, and now you're gonna put the cookies into the oven and cook them for 10 to 13 minutes until lightly browned.
Now that we put them in for about 13 minutes in the oven, we just took them out, we peeled them off the pan, and now we're just gonna let them cool before we decorate them. All right, now that they've officially cooled off, what are we gonna do now, Peyton?
So now we're gonna frost them and decorate them.
Now that we finished decorating the cookies, our little snowmen, we're gonna go hand them out to people and see what y'all think about them.
So I see you have one of our cookies. How beautiful is it?
Honestly, it's kind of cute. Like, she's cute.
The cookie's good, the icing's a little weird.
It tastes good.
Really?
No,
It actually tastes pretty good.
the icing's weird, but it's kind of hard, the cookie part.
Can you rate it out of 10 for us?
7 out of 10. 8.
4.
5.
Why 5?
I don't know.
Like an 8.
That's pretty good. Yeah, that's really good.
Is this Walmart frosting?
So thanks for being on.
I'm kind of sad that I wasn't able to try one because they looked pretty good.
I know, and I thought it was really funny how that girl was just like, "Is this Walmart frosting?"
I know,
That
she
was-
knew immediately.
She knew
I
immediately.
never would have thought
'Cause
that.
everyone
That's
was
so funny.
Everyone was thinking, "Oh, what is this frosting?" And she just knew off the top of her head.
Yeah, and while Gabe was working hard in the kitchen, photography has been working very hard to improve their skills and finding creative ways to make their photos look better. Before break, our photography students had a fun way of practicing shutter speed. They had to learn how to balance out the components of the exposure triangle on the camera and adjust each component as the light changes or as the motion of the subject changes. After seeing these photos on Instagram, I personally think that the photography students did a fantastic job on them. Keep up the great work. And T-Mobile launches their national 5G network, and find out if your smart TV is spying on you. This is Tech Talk.
T-Mobile users will be excited to hear that the company is finally releasing 5G service. They won't be excited, however, to hear that T-Mobile's 5G network is nowhere near as powerful as their competitors, Verizon or AT&T, in terms of speed. The T-Mobile release has received massive criticism, with certain users saying the service is just like 4G, but sometimes worse. The trade-off, however, is that while Verizon and AT&T have limited their service to select locations, T-Mobile 5G is almost nationwide. If you're a T-Mobile user and you're looking into upgrading to 5G, don't expect massive jumps in speed, but know that you'll still be covered even after you leave the big cities. In 2016, Apple made the controversial move to get rid of the headphone jack, but speculators are predicting the charging port could be next. Analyst Ming-Ching Kuo, who has been known to predict many Apple innovations each year, stated that the company plans to release a phone without a charging port by 2021, offering a completely wireless experience. With the removal of the port, iPhones would be more water resistant and would come one step closer to looking like a flat sheet of glass. Recently, the FBI released a warning about smart TVs in people's homes. Most smart TVs have a built-in camera that is meant to be used to determine who is watching so they can suggest content accordingly or video chat straight from the TV. However, the FBI warns that the TVs are a gateway for hackers to get into your home. The risk can be as small as the hackers just changing channels or messing with the volume, or they could be as large as the hacker getting direct access to your camera and microphone feed. If you own a smart TV and you're concerned about these risks, make sure to check your settings to ensure that you're safe. That's all I got for you guys on this week's edition of Tech Talk.
Algebra 1 STEM teacher Mrs. Bull is helping her students review for their midterm a little differently this year. They are creating a new map for Fortnite Season 2 dedicated to the map that was sucked up by the black hole in Season 1. On this map, the students are applying everything they have learned this year, including perpendicular and parallel lines, inequalities, domain and range, and so much more. Although the math could be quite difficult for the students, they've enjoyed making the map and are becoming very creative with this project. Mrs. Bull is already looking forward to doing another project similar to this one that the students can enjoy and relate to next year. And now the wrestling team will be competing in a tournament known as the Clash of the Cup at Byron Nelson tomorrow. The tournament starts at 6 p.m., so make sure to go out and support.
For sure. And tomorrow, Clover asks some questions to get Texans ready for the holiday season.
And a creative take on a class project that helps the community.
Thanks for watching. This has been NHSTV Live.